Probably going to get a copyright claim for using those songs. Left them in there. What can we say? Alright, so in this video I'm going to go over everything prep centre related, everything you need to know about a prep centre, the pros and cons of having a prep centre, and whether or not you should get a prep centre. So make sure you watch the full video, and if you're new here, then welcome. On my channel I discuss Amazon FBA related topics, and if you're not new here, then welcome back to the channel. 161 subs, so you could say it's getting quite serious. So to begin with, I'm just going to go over what a prep centre is for those of you that don't know. And basically what a prep centre is a place. Oh God, there's so many is's in this sentence. Alright, so what a prep centre is a warehouse that a company offers you, and they will usually store your Amazon stock for you, and they will receive it. So you'll be given a delivery address, and when you order stock from say Boots, instead of ordering it to your home address, you'll order it to the prep centre. They will store it for you, and they will then prep it. So they'll put a label on it, they will polywrap it, they will bundle it if it needs bundling, and they will then send it to Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to go over a few pros of a prep centre, and then hopefully at the end, once you've watched the whole video, you can decide whether or not a prep centre is for you. Okay, so the first pro of having a prep centre is there is no stock taking up space in your home. And believe me, look at this, look at them grey hairs, they are from prepping stock. So unless you want grey hairs, get a prep centre. Yeah, so no stock in your home taking up space. Like me, if you were preparing stock in your bedroom and you've only got sort of like a small area, it basically frees all this up, so you're not having boxes stacked everywhere. Yeah, I used to get some weird looks when I had 30 boxes of makeup in my room. Alright, so moving on. The next pro of having a prep centre is you are able to work remotely. And what I mean by this is, say you're one of these people that's like,
I'm going to work from a laptop when I'm on holiday abroad.
You can do that. And I know a few guys that do actually do this, and they work from their laptop. One guy I know, he works in Australia, and he actually sells in the UK. So yeah, you can work remote. You can work from your nan's garden if you want. You can work from Starbucks. You can sit on a field if you want and work from there. Yeah, so you can work remote and you're not having to sort of stay at home all day and prep stock and wait for deliveries. And that brings me on to my next point. If you're planning to scale your arbitrage business, obviously you're going to have to place a lot of online orders. So this results in a lot of knocks at the door in the morning with delivery men or women delivering parcels. And believe me, it's quite fun at the start when you've just got your first lot of stock, but after 10 knocks on the door by midday, it starts to get really annoying. Yeah, so a prep centre takes away knocks at the door. Right, moving on to number 3. No need to buy prep stuff anymore. So when you first start arbitrage, you're going to have to buy a printer or a label printer. And I got a Dymo 4XL label printer, and it was about £200. You're going to have to buy boxes. They're quite expensive. It's like 20 quid for 10 boxes or 25 quid, whatever. Parcel tape, measuring tape, box weighing scales, the measuring tape, I think I've said that. all kinds of tape, you get the point. Yeah, so with a prep centre, you pay the one-time join-up fee. And by the way, if you're going to use WePrep, if you use code CR2020 at checkout, you will save the £23 sign-up fee. I know. You're welcome. Yeah, so using a prep centre definitely saves you costs on buying prep goods. Moving on to number 4. Pro number 4 is ability to scale. Now, I'm not being funny, but if you're going to order £10,000 worth of stock and keep it in your front room, then you must have either a massive house or you must just be a bit stupid. Now, when I was prepping, I was sort of prepping like £1,000, £2,000 worth of stock, and it used to take me all day. And I don't know if this is just because I prepped in a bad way, but it takes a lot of time to prep stock. So prep centre just completely mitigates that. You've got all day to do something else, like record YouTube videos, and you can scale, because the thing about arbitrage is you're going to have to place more and more orders. You're going to have more and more ASINs, available on Amazon, and that also means more and more stock, and that means more and more place to store this stock. So as I just said, unless you live in a mansion or you've got a massive warehouse, then a prep center will come in handy if you are looking to scale. Next pro is, haven't even wrote an next pro, so we're just going to move on to the cons. Okay, so a con of having a prep center is obviously the added cost. Now, one thing you can do when you're sourcing, especially with BuyBot Pro, I don't know if you saw in my last video, but you can put in your added fees a prep fee. So I put in £1 by default, and what this means is when you're sourcing, it will already deduct that £1 fee. Yeah, so you've already accounted for that cost, and it's already worked in, so do that. We prep charge 60p a unit. That's just for a standard prep. If you're bundling, it is a bit more, but the more units you send in, the lesser you pay. So say for example you send in, I think it's 0 to 500 units, you pay 60p, then 501 to 1000 you pay 50p, 1001 to 1500 you pay 40p. Now don't quote me on that. There's a link in the description to the pricing table and you can have a look yourself. So yeah, that is definitely a con, the added cost. But as I said, you do need it to scale. So it's kind of a necessity if you're looking to scale your business and make them big bucks. Okay, so second con is there is more data entry. And with WePrep, they give you access to a Google Sheet. So every time you make an order, you will go on the Google Sheet, you'll put the order number in, and you'll basically tell them what you've ordered so that WePrep know how many orders to expect, and you can also keep track of what you've ordered and what's been prepped. They will put the prep that's required on it. They will show you the shipment plans. It's just dead good. Speak to my boy Fred, he's the man. Okay, so another con of having a prep center is... can't actually think of any more cons of having a prep center. Yeah, so we're just going to move on to, do you need a prep center? And the answer to that is no. But if you're looking to scale, then yes, because as I've said, you are going to be ordering more units if you are looking to scale, and those units require more space to store. And look at these grey hairs. If you want grey hairs, then don't get a prep center. But if you do want grey hairs, then prep your own stock. If you don't want these grey hairs, then get a prep center. And if you do want grey hairs, then don't get a prep center. And if you do want grey hairs, then don't get a prep. What have I heard about? Yeah, so you don't need a prep center, but it comes in very handy. If you're just beginning, obviously I would learn how to prep yourself, see if you like it or not, what method works best for you. You might decide you want to save the money and invest it into more stock, or you might decide, you know what, I hate this. I don't want to pay £200 for a Dymo printer. I don't want to be stuck in the house all day prepping stock. I want to be out playing football with my friends and picking daisies and doing that sort of stuff. So then you might decide you want a prep center. Yeah, so that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and gained some value as always. If you haven't, make sure you join the Facebook group. The link to that is in the description. And we've just got 270 members, so quite an active community, and you're missing out on value if you're not in the group. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap that up, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, damn laptop. Bloody thing.